Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to tell you a true story about fear of the dark. Have a good listen to all of you. Let's move on to the story. Emily had always been plagued by her deep-seated fear of darkness. As a child, she couldn't sleep without a nightlight, and even as an adult, she kept her bedroom illuminated with soft, comforting lamplight. Her friends often teased her about her irrational fear, but Emily couldn't help it. The darkness held a mysterious terror that she couldn't explain. One cold winter evening, Emily received a call from her childhood friend, Sarah. Sarah's voice trembled as she explained that she had recently moved into an old, dilapidated house on the outskirts of town. She was alone and felt a growing unease about the place. Heavy shadows and creaking floors made her anxiety skyrocket, and she had heard unsettling whispers in the stillness of the night. Sympathetic to her friend's distress, Emily decided to spend the weekend with Sarah to provide some comfort. She packed her bags, filled her car with supplies, and headed to the eerie house on the edge of the woods. The moment Emily stepped inside, she felt a chill crawl down her spine. The house was ancient, with time-worn wallpaper peeling from the walls and the scent of decay lingering in the air. It was much larger than she had imagined, with long, dimly lit hallways that seemed to stretch on forever. As the evening wore on and the sun dipped below the horizon, Emily's nyctophobia began to intensify. Emily and Sarah spent the night in the living room, sharing stories to distract themselves from the looming darkness. The old grandfather clock in the corner struck midnight, and Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. She glanced at the hallway leading to the bedrooms, where a suffocating blackness seemed to gather. As Sarah got up to fetch some snacks from the kitchen, Emily was left alone in the dimly lit room. She heard footsteps echo down the hallway, and her heart pounded in her chest. "Sarah," she called out, her voice trembling. No response. Emily hesitated, but eventually mustered the courage to follow the footsteps. She grabbed her flashlight and cautiously approached the hallway. The darkness seemed to press in on her from all sides, and the air grew icy cold. The whispers she had heard earlier grew louder, a chorus of eerie voices that sent shivers down her spine. Turning on the flashlight, Emily illuminated the hallway, revealing an unsettling sight. The walls were adorned with eerie, old photographs of previous residents of the house. Their faces were contorted in fear, and their eyes followed her every move. Emily gasped, her heart racing as she realized she was not alone in the hallway. Sarah's voice suddenly broke the silence, but it was distorted, unnatural. "Emily, help me," it croaked from somewhere in the darkness. Terrified, Emily rushed toward the sound, but with each step, the hallway seemed to elongate, stretching infinitely away from her. The walls closed in, and the photographs on the walls came to life, their ghostly figures reaching out to grab her. Desperation overcame Emily as she fought to escape the nightmarish hallway, her flashlight flickering. She stumbled backward, collapsing onto the cold, hardwood floor of the living room. Morning sunlight finally streamed through the windows, dispelling the darkness and its horrors. Sarah returned from the kitchen, completely unaware of Emily's terrifying ordeal. But Emily knew the truth. The darkness had nearly consumed her, revealing the horrifying secrets of the haunted house. She would never forget that nightmarish encounter, and her nyctophobia had become an ever-present, living nightmare. From that day on, she realized that her fear was not irrational. From that day on, she realized that her fear was not irrational. It was a survival instinct, a deep understanding that sometimes the darkness held horrors beyond imagination, horrors that could shatter the very fabric of reality. And Emily was forever haunted by the knowledge of what lurked in the shadows. Thank you for listening. You can specify your story suggestions in the comments. Have a nice day. See you in another video.